So, welcome, April. I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for agreeing to do this webinar tonight. So, I'd love to hear a little bit about you, just on a personal end, like where you're from, about your son, what you were doing before freelancing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm currently living in Japan right now, but I'm from California. I am a military spouse, and I have a lovely 4-year-old little boy who will be going 5 to 15. So we're still like debating on what age he's actually turning into. Questionable every day. So pretty much about me is that I was a single mom. I got pregnant at 18, had my son at 19. I had actually graduated high school a year early at 17. So I tried the whole college thing. I left my home. I went to college. Um, I went to school for a year, and I kind of realized that it sucked. And I was learning everything I was learning in high school, and I was just like, I was at that point where I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but this wasn't it.
Right.
So I had back home. I had broken up with my boyfriend, and I was just like, you know what? I had tried to join the military because I was a military brat, and they were like, no, I had some health issues. So they're like, we can't take you. So I was like, okay, what's next? Like, all I want to do is travel the world and figure out, what kind of career I wanted to be in and where I could see myself. And so I decided to work 2 jobs and start saving up for a ticket to leave the country.
Wow.
My ideal at that time was I'm going to go to France, I'm going to eat baguettes, and I'm going to study fashion. Like, why not?
Right.
It sounded amazing to me until it was right before Thanksgiving when I found out I was pregnant. I was just like, okay, crash, rewind,
Halt.
plan. Single mom, I'm 18, I need to get my life together. And society always tells us to be a good mom. You either need to be a stay-at-home mom, which obviously as a single mom, that was not a possibility. Right. Or I needed to get a degree, go back to school and work and build myself up and kind of climb that corporate ladder. I needed to be successful to provide for my son. So I went back to work. I was working 2 jobs, and I started back at school, had no clue what I was going to do, but I was like, let's just go into business. There's so much you can do in business, just throw myself in there. Yeah. And as much as I hated it, my soon-to-be son was just way more important than my likes and dislikes. So I was a single mom for a couple years. I was always working multiple jobs. I was trying to go to school part-time, and I felt like I constantly was getting pushed back because work was all like, oh, well, we're number one. Right. But we're number one, your family's number 2, and school's number 3. Right. So it was always hard to try and find not only that balance, but being able to be happy in what I was doing. Well, when my son was 3, I had met my now husband, who we actually went to school together, and he pretty much swept me off my feet and was all like, I want to marry you. I want to be Bradley's dad. I want a family. And I was like, oh my God, everything's coming true. This is, Cinderella moment. He's like, yeah, but we need to move to Japan. So I was like, well then, all right, another crash course. Okay, how am I going to move this into my life? I was on a track for my nursing degree. I had switched over everything. I was living with family. I was doing really well in life at that point. I had a really, really good job. Yeah. And I was like, all right, let's do it. I'm a very adventurous person. So we packed up 7 suitcases and moved my entire life and my son's life all the way to Japan.
Wow.
And during that time, it was really hard to not only find a job when you didn't have a degree and, you have a child, but in Japan, the jobs are very limited, even if you are on base. So not only am I finding hundreds to thousands of other spouses for these small amount of jobs, but I'm also, fighting for jobs that are only not just, office jobs, but I'm fighting with people that are trying to work at Chili's for $7 an hour. Right. And I was just like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And I sat down and I had a moment and I was just like, what's going to make me happy? How can I find something that's going to support my family? And how can I, make my cake and eat it too?
Yeah.
And that's how I figured out I'm going to be a freelancer. I'm going to use my skills to my advantage. I'm going to use my past experiences to my advantage, and I'm going to just make this happen. So, yeah.
That is amazing. Like, I'm just in awe that you just, I feel like you've hit so many things in your life, and every single time you were like, okay, this is happening. Let's just like shimmy around this and make it work. Like, that's incredible. You should be so proud of yourself.
I appreciate that so much. My mom has taught me, like, from a very young age that you can't control anything in the world. You can only control how you take things and your actions and how you feel about them. And, everything has its purpose in life. And so I've just learned that I'm just going to have to swallow it up and keep moving. And doesn't matter if I'm crawling, I'm still moving if I'm crawling. So
absolutely. So tell me a little bit about your business. What kind of services do you offer? Tell me, about your clients and all of that.
Absolutely. So my main business is virtual assisting and social media management and online business management. I took all my skills from volunteering, my past experiences with jobs, schooling, everything into one. I was like, okay, this is what I know what to do. This is what I like to do. This is what I'm going to offer my clients. And so pretty much a lot of the clients I've found are women who are entrepreneurs, moms who are entrepreneurs, and small business companies that have just realized, hey, I need some help. I'm successful, and now I just need to start growing my business. And so that's kind of where I come in to help. Pretty much my mission for my business is that you shouldn't work 24/7 to be successful. And there comes to a point in time when you realize your days are longer, you're getting more tired, and there are things you just don't like to do that you are like sitting in front of a computer having to do, and you shouldn't have to. So my goal is to take all of that off your plate so you can just focus on your big projects, the things you like to do, and the big passion of your business, and I can take care of the rest. So
that's great.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what my business does. Some of the services I offer are general virtual assisting, email marketing, social media management on all platforms, content creating, and then online business strategy planning. And then I have just opened up, I had hit my 5K mark in 3 months. I was so excited to announce that. And I realized, why isn't everyone doing this? Like, why isn't everyone hitting their 5K mark? Why isn't everyone being so successful? I'm turning down clients. There's so much work out there. I have a waiting list. I was like, I need to show other women that you don't have to be at home. You don't have to be a home mom. You don't have to work in a corporate office for 9-to-5 job. You don't have to be unhappy. Let me help you. And so I've started a mentorship program and a few other programs to help women get into this field and have them be just as successful.
That's amazing, because I think that's one of the biggest areas why women don't go into the freelance world is it's overwhelming. They're not sure about resources. They have so many questions. They're not sure how to get started, and things like that can really, really help people. So it's fantastic that you started that. Now, if people are interested in learning about some of the mentorship that you offer, where would they go?
So all they would have to do is go straight to my website, april.com. They can go to shop, and then I have listed my few programs, my mentorship program, my 3-month intensive program to get you from the beginning of everything, learning from the basics, to starting your business, to by the end of the program, you should be having clients and you should be ready to rock the world. Awesome. And yeah, and I also have tons of free information available on my website. They just have to sign up with their name and their email, and they get free goodies almost every week. And whether it's like, hey, should you be a virtual assistant? This is how you should do it. My 5 top tips. What can you what would you be doing wrong? So tons of freebies and workbooks and all that good stuff are all in there.
So when you finally decided, you know what, okay, like I'm not happy where I am, this isn't working for me, let me find out, what I want to actually do, what were the first couple of steps that you took in order to actually create your business?
Being confident. So it sounds really weird, but being confident in yourself that you deserve more and understanding that you have value to give and it shouldn't depend on other people. It should depend on you. I think once I was able to understand that and accept that, I was really ready to just jump into the deep end and know that I was going to find something. The next thing was having a support system and knowing that I had accountability, I had somebody who had my back, and that no matter how many times I'm going to fall and make mistakes or get overwhelmed, somebody was going to be there to continuously support me. Yeah. And those are the two things, because there's so many different ways to get into this business, just like there are so many other ways to get in other businesses. But if you don't have those two things, if you don't have the confidence in yourself and if you don't have a support system, you're not going to be as successful. Things are going to become a lot more like overwhelming to you. And if you had a support system, you know how to handle it. And if you don't, you're going to let that stress kind of like be a dark cloud over you.
Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like having the support system and telling people that what your goal and that you were doing this, that kind of helped to drive you to be successful, because you didn't want to go back and say like, no, it's not working out?
Yes. So I'll be completely honest, and I'm totally putting my husband on blast, and he might kill me for this, but he was not supportive at all. He was just like, this is a hobby. This is something you want to do. At least, we have my income to fall back on. Right. Whatever, he kind of like pulled the big guns, and he was just like, whatever you want to do, you can do it. I'll just stand over here and just nod my head and smile. So the fact that I started putting it out there to everyone, and I was just like, no, I'm going to be successful. There's no way I'm going to fall. And I got an accountability buddy who was doing the same thing that I was doing. And we did those weekly calls to each other. That's the reason why I was successful, because even though my husband, who was kind of a support system in the beginning, I had a really good support system in the virtual assistant community. So it was just nice that everyone was like, you are going to be successful as long as you're confident and you have that will to drive and you are telling yourself every day. And for me, that was posting every day, like, I'm so proud of myself. This is what I'm doing, and holding myself accountable in that way. Yeah. So I don't fall in the tracks and I don't get too scared where I don't want to continue.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. I love the accountability buddy. I think that's such a great idea, because it's helping you both achieve your goals. It's keeping you both on track, and you're both getting support from each other. So that's amazing.
Exactly. And that's like the basis of my mentorship program and my 3-month program, is that you need to have somebody who's going to hold you accountable, because no matter what, it's so easy to fall into the cracks, and it's so easy to get overwhelmed and scared. Yeah. Things don't go perfect. Like, I may have reached 5K in 3 months, but let me tell you, it was an uphill battle. Things always go wrong. I like to tell people I'm the definition of Murphy's Law. So things just always seem to happen. You're like, what is going on? Yeah. Having that accountability buddy and having somebody who's going to support you no matter what and tell you to keep pushing, keep trucking, is probably the most beneficial thing for somebody to have in their business.
Now, did you start looking for clients before you decided on your niche for your business, or after? Or did the niche come when you started getting clients and things kind of just fell?
So I was super scared of the idea that I wasn't going to be able to give my clients value. And when I decided that I wanted to have my business, I asked myself simple questions. Who do I want to work with? what kind of people do I like? And the last one is, what kind of problem can I solve? And I knew once I answered these 3 people, that's how I was going to find my niche. And then that's how I'm going to be confident in the product that I was giving and the quality of work I was giving, because I know I was working with the people I liked, people I connect with, and I was problem solving something. So I was giving them something of value. I have the worst self-esteem ever. Hi, Bradley.
Hi, Bradley.
So he just woke up. But I have the worst self-esteem ever. I always double check myself. I'm a people pleaser, so I feel like I have to oversell myself constantly. So I didn't want to do that anymore in my job. I was tired of that. Tired of convincing people that I could give value. I believe anyone can give value. And you have to just be confident in it and tell somebody, like, I'm giving you not only amazing work, but I'm giving you so much of myself in this work that you should be grateful. Like, I have so much to offer you. Absolutely. And so once I answered those 3 questions, I knew I was confident and I was ready to serve my clients.
That's so great. And then, so when you first started thinking about your business, were you saying, okay, I'm definitely doing social media, I'm definitely doing virtual assisting, administrative or management? Did you already have that plan of the exact services, or did that come in time? How did you figure all of that out? Because I know a lot of times people kind of have a hard time figuring out, what kind of services should I offer? What should I do?
Pretty much what I did is what I teach others to do. What do you like to do? Answer this question. Because why would you want to offer somebody something that you hate to do? Because then you're going to be stuck doing that consistently. Doesn't matter if you're good at it. If you dread it every day and you don't like to do it, why would you want to continuously offer that to people? So pretty much what I did is I dug deep and I looked at my skills. What can I offer people? What am I good at? And then I really narrowed it down to, what do I like to do? Because you know what? I'm good at website developing, but you know what? I absolutely hate doing it. So it is not something I offer. And I get clients all the time, well, can you do this? My answer is, well, yeah, I can, but I don't like to do it and I don't like to offer it. I rather get you in touch with somebody who loves doing it, because their quality of work, you could be at the same level, but their quality of work is going to show much better because they enjoy doing it, and that's going to show through. So a lot of advice that I give to people who are just starting out, don't know what to offer, they don't know what to do. Ask yourself that simple question. What do you like to do? Because then everything's going to fall into place.
I love that piece of advice. Now, when it comes to people that are starting out, or if maybe they're not starting out, but they're just looking for more clients, what do you have any tips of how to find good clients for them?
Yes. And it's so simple too. And I don't know why nobody's doing it. And I realized this, I've done some market research, is why are you not engaging with your clients? All of my clients that I have found, if they were not referrals from others, they were because I was engaging on their posts. So whether it's one of those posts where they're like saying, oh, this is my client win, I'm going to be commenting on there and be like, oh my God, Jessica, I love that you're here. I love what you stand for, And, or I connect with you on this level, and they're going to get interested in you and they're going to get curious. And when they're curious, that's when people start asking questions. Well, April, that's awesome. I'm so glad we have so much in common. What do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a virtual assistant, They're like, oh my God, I actually might need you in the future.
Right.
And then building those, having those blocks in their heads, like start building, they're going to be like, oh, April, we connect. She's into the same things I do. She's always on my post. She's always positive. She's the kind of person I want to work for. Hey. So just talking and engaging on a personal level with people that you like, with people you want to work with, that's how you're going to do it. Because I had found one client. She was the darndest thing. I loved her post. I just loved what she had to offer. And she already had a VA. And, she had posted her team. And I was like, one day I'm going to work for her. Well, she loved my comments. She loved my engagement. We became friends on Facebook. And she started referring me to other people. Somebody would be like, yeah. And it was so crazy. Like, I still haven't worked with her. But I know one day if she ever needs somebody, in case, I'll be that backup. because she'll sit there and other people are like, oh, hey, I'm looking for a VA. And she's like, I will recommend April Wilhelm. Have I worked with her? No, but I can tell you right now, her work's amazing. Her personality is great. And she's going to start building you up and giving reviews to people and telling people all about your services. And that's free advertisement. That's somebody who has your back and has became a part of your tribe. And you didn't have to be a client to do that.
That's amazing. I love that advice. I love that you're having people, one, figure out what they are happy doing. So it's not just what's my skill set, what have I done in the past? It's finding what they are truly happy doing. And then it's also finding clients that they're going to be happy working for as well, that they're going to be having the same goals, the same interests, and all of those things. And when you have all of that combined, you're just a happier person, you know?
Like, you know, it's so funny when people are like, oh, I hate my job. Well, why? Why do you hate your job? Oh, I hate what I have to do. I hate clocking in at 8 a.m. I hate my coworkers. I can't stand my boss. And I'm like, why are you still in that environment? Oh, I have to be. No, you don't have to be anymore. And the best part about what we get to do as a freelancer is we get to be in charge of that. Exactly. We get to be a control freak. I like to control who I work with and what the atmosphere is. I don't like drama. I don't like people who don't respect my boundaries. I am more of a private person. It doesn't always seem like that on Facebook, but I am definitely a private person. And I'm like, I don't need people in my business asking me why I want to take time off, where I'm going. And it's so nice that I get to choose the people I work with. I get to choose the people who have the same core values as I do. And that's going to make such a more positive atmosphere. And that's going to make me want to show up and enjoy my job every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the exact same way. I know how much different I am as a person, as a wife, as a mom, as a daughter, than I was when I was working jobs that I did not like. You know, I would either be dreading going to it, or when I came home, I'd be in a bad mood. You know, I wasn't, a very nice wife when I was getting home. I was complaining. You know, it definitely drained me. And now that I'm, like you said, working with people that I'm enjoying, doing things that I'm enjoying, just having that positive atmosphere around me all the time, it's made such a huge difference in my life.
Exactly.
So what else can I tell everybody? Just like last piece of advice, if you could give anyone.
My last piece of advice is to show up. You will not be successful if you just don't show up. And that doesn't mean turning on your computer, scrolling through Facebook, and just being an average day Facebook user or an average day person. You need to show up to your audience, your clients, just like you show up with your family every day. I'm a mom. I can't just wake up and be like, okay, I'm gonna ignore you. I don't have a kid today, or I'm single. I don't have a husband today. I have to show up and be there and be present. And just like you have to be as a freelancer, if you want to be successful, show up, engage, ask questions, learn more. I'm huge on there's never such thing as too much knowledge. Get that freebie, pay for that course. You don't have to spend $1,000 working with a business coach or $1,000 working on a specific program. Go get that $7.99 on sale, workshop or workbook. If you can afford it and it's not, don't go into debt for any reason. I'm huge on that. But if it's something that's very cheap or free, go learn. It doesn't matter if you already know all about it. You don't know all about it. Yeah. Get that other perspective. Get that extra information, because that's going to be a way for you to oversell yourself to other clients and be like, I may be a Pinterest manager, and I'm amazing at it, but I'm constantly learning other tips and tricks and other perspectives so I can grow my business and be the best of the best. So just show up and be happy and just enjoy what you do.
I love it. I absolutely love talking to you. Thank you so much, April. You are just an absolute love. So I really, really appreciate your time today. If you guys have questions for April, and I'm sure you do because she's amazing and fantastic, so just comment below on any questions that you have. I'm sure she'll be able to answer them. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have for me. And then just as a last piece of information, I will also post in the comments the link for my Skillshare class. It's 100% free, so you're not losing anything, and it gives you 2 free months of Skillshare membership. So not only my course you'll have access to, but you'll have access to all of the courses on Skillshare, which is really amazing and cool.
Go to
So,
Skillshare. Love it.
yeah, I love free things. So thank you so much again, April, and please, comment below. Let us know what you thought of our first live webinar. So take care, and we will see you soon.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Bradley.